girls, what's up? How y'all doing today? This is your girl Bernicia back again with another one of my commentary videos. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Today I'm doing a Baddies East recap on their episode Meet Me Outside. That's the name of this episode, okay? So I'm going to start off by saying it seems like you guys just really aren't feeling Chrisean in this episode. I think at this point, people are starting to not give too much of a care about Chrisean for a lot of reasons. But this episode really pissed people off with her. We'll get into it later, though. But I'm going to just start off by saying, yes, she's the highlight of the show. Unfortunately, she's the highlight of this episode, unfortunately. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is the girls, right? So they finally, the first set of girls, they make it to the house. And I'm not going to lie, like the house was fucking huge. It was huge. It was spacious. I liked the outside. It looked like very classic. But once you got inside the house, I'm not going to lie, it was giving a little... Well, it was given a lot of old school, kind of reminded me of a plantation setup, kind of like, you know, they might had a fucking hidden tunnel of slaves underneath. But with that being said, what I didn't like, though, was that all the girls had something to say about the house. I mean, the only person who had anything that was positive to say about the house was Scott. And quite frankly, between her and Natalie, them the only two that really could complain about the house, okay? Because in real life, they actually live in something. I mean, they actually got a little money, so they probably live in houses that are nice and fancy. But the rest of these bitches, I don't know why they sitting up here doing all this complaining. Like, bitch, y'all know y'all listen, y'all know y'all live in motherfucking tree huts on a good day. So please don't sit up here and act like y'all too good and too bougie for this house. Just the ungratefulness for me. So, oh Lord, Chrisean. All right, so the girls are headed to the house. There's a group of girls already made it to the house. They picked their rooms, etc., etc. Those girls that came with Natalie. Okay, on the other hand, Tesheki rode in another shutter with a few of the girls that Chrisean had problems with. Okay, so Chrisean didn't ride with them, but she had Tesheki drop her location. So she ended up meeting up with Tesheki at the house. Okay. So as soon as Tesheki gets out the shutter, Chrisean like, okay, well, you know, you told me you was gonna handle the business, so let's handle it or whatever. So Tesheki was like, well, you know, both of those girls are small. They, I don't even feel like, attacking them. They don't want that smoke or whatever. Because I guess Tesheki felt bad for the girls. You know what I'm saying? Vicky and Ahna, that is. But Chrisean wasn't hearing it. So Chrisean wanted Tesheki to confront them. So Tesheki got Chrisean to agree to accept the apology from Vicky and Ahna or whatever. Now, soon as Tesheki goes, to the girls or whatever, and to Chrisean is lining them up, asking them like, what was up with this? What was up with this? So Chrisean's issue with Ahna was, I guess at the auditions, Ahna let, I'm assuming it's Scarface. She let one of the girls that Chrisean don't fuck with back in. But in this instance, she's claiming that she didn't. Also, there was a video of Chrisean from some time ago that was circulating on the internet. And apparently Ahna was calling Chrisean slow. So she confronted Ahna on that account. And she also confronted Vicky because Vicky was allegedly liking shit that Blueface was posting about Chrisean in the midst of Chrisean and Blueface's beef or whatever. So Chrisean didn't like the fact that, Vicky was getting in the middle of or commenting. I really don't understand why it was so much pressure when it was a lot of people commenting on that shit. But at the end of the day, she had a problem with Vicky for that reason. So Ahna gets her piece out and she says that she had nothing to do with it, da 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 da. Well, Vicky's sitting up there acting like she don't know what happened. You know, she says she accidentally double tapped and what whoop the whoop. So I guess that answer wasn't good enough for Chrisean. So Chrisean threw something at her. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was some eczema cream. She threw something at Vicky, and it was just like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I felt bad for both of the girls, to be honest, because you could tell both of them really was like, they were looking like two scared birds. Like N.E.X.T, for her to have had all that animosity and smoke that she had for Scotty, when it came down to it, she didn't have none of that smoke for Tesheki and Chrisean. She was not, you know what I'm saying? She didn't want to see them on that note. So both of girls was like issuing apologies or what. But my whole thing is, with this situation, I feel like even though Tesheki agreed to, handle both girls or whatever for Chrisean, I think that when she rode on the bus and she peeped these girls' energy, she decided it wasn't worth the effort. And honestly, I think that was big of Tesheki because, I mean, to me, that makes her, a little more mature than I gave her credit for. Because initially, I thought that she was just as ignorant as Chrisean. Now, for Chrisean to pop out and be like, oh, if you don't do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to hit him, they ain't going to hit me back. Like, listen, girl, I know you pregnant, whatever, but don't use that pregnancy because not everybody going to have some understanding for that belly. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put yourself in those situations deliberately to where you attacking a bitch and then you think they're not going to hit you back because you're pregnant. I think that was crazy of her to even say out her mouth because, I mean, let's be honest. You get the right bitch, they don't give a fuck about you being pregnant. If you attack somebody, they gonna hit your ass back, point blank, period, okay? So I don't even like how she came out, you know what I'm saying, with all of that, and then she used her pregnancy as a means to just hit somebody and think she just gonna get away with it. Like, to me, Chrisean was giving straight up bully vibes. Like, especially once that, Tesheki was like, you know what I'm saying? They scared or whatever, I think that Chrisean should have settled for the apology. I think by her throwing shit at, Vicky, I think that was being a bully, okay? If the girl don't want to fight you, if she ain't got no smoke for you, no energy for you, then it's no point of pushing the issue. I feel like once they apologize for whatever, you know what I'm saying, she should have left it at that. But I don't know if it was those hormones or Chrisean got too big-headed, but I didn't even like that, okay? So I'm starting to see a little bit more about what Blueface been saying about Chrisean ass. Like, she had everybody motherfucking fooled with that sympathy Crayola shit. Now she want to sit up here and be Big Bad Wolf. Don't use that baby as a motherfucking, a bulletproof vest, because baby, there's people out there who ain't gonna give a fuck, about you being pregnant. I don't think that's right for her to do that. But anywho, child, let's continue. So, Vicky finally gets to the house, right? And the girls that were on the sprinter with her, they all get to the house. So, Vicky beelines it upstairs to talk to Natalie, right? And so Natalie, Natalie started asking her, like, who, I heard that you got into it with somebody on the sprinter. Like, who was it that you got into it with? I could see that you're upset or whatever. Here go, Vicky. It was just, we was fighting against flesh, and, but I accidentally liked it, something on social media. She was pissing me off. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I agree with Rolly to an extent, okay? First of all, she acted like she was scared to say Chrisean's name, okay? And then the other fact that, she was acting like, she didn't know why Chrisean was upset with her. Listen, some people, they are on they social media gangsters. They can, say and do little shady shit on the internet, but as soon as they meet up with that person, it's all, now you look like a goldfish stuck in a damn fish tank with piranhas. You know what I'm saying? That's just how she was looking. She was looking like a little lost goldfish. Confused as fuck. And for me, I've said it from the jump. Vicky, this show is not for Vicky, okay? Aside, even before she became you know, godly or Christ-like or whatever you want to call it, you know, I still wouldn't have seen her on Baddies, okay? Because she doesn't give me, you know what I'm saying, that energy. Like, you know, she's about that life. Even before she became Christian, like, she didn't seem to me like the type that would survive on Baddies. Like, yeah, she's famous for that little fight that she had with Bad Baby, but even that seemed like Bad Baby had to, like, you know what I'm saying, push her into a fight. If any of you guys remember that fight, even then it seemed like Bad Baby had to force her into a corner. She's not the type to, like, to physically fight. So from the jump, I was like, what the fuck is she doing on Baddies? Because everybody on Baddies gonna have to see it, gonna have to get they one. That's just how it worked. You know, every single season of the Baddies, and for her to say that she hadn't watched the show prior to jumping on there, girl, do your motherfucking research, because everybody on that show had to get a fight once or twice. I don't know if that's an initiation process or what, but everybody had some type of drama or some type of encounter with somebody else on the show. So I don't know why she's saying, like, you know, she didn't come on the show to fight. Girl, what the fuck you think the show is for? Okay, you know, it's people fight. Okay, so I don't feel sorry for Vicky. You know what I'm saying? I will admit though that Chrisean was bullying her. Like, once the girl said that she didn't want to fight, I would have left it at that. Like, you checked her, you know what I'm saying? I think she'll you know, think twice next time before she, you know, go to liking shit or go to being shady towards Chrisean. But at the end of the day, once that girl said that she didn't want to fight and she didn't want to smoke, leave it alone, because after that, you being a bully. So I can understand. I understand Chrisean for checking her, but ultimately Chrisean was being a bully. Second of all, Vicky's sitting up here trying to play like she's such a damn victim. Like Rolly said, she was saying it's not cool to be fat. She was throwing shots at people, and now that you're being confronted with it, it's like, oh my God, this is too much for me. You know, this, that, and the third. I wouldn't be surprised if she goes home within the next few episodes. Okay. I would be shocked if she survives longer than the next couple of episodes, but that's that. I just think that ultimately nobody has the right to bully anybody else. But if you're going to sit up here and fuck with people, just be ready for the confrontation. Okay, you can't be antagonizing people and then turn around and be scared of the confrontation, the fallout of the situation. Okay, that's just not how it works. Okay, so she went ahead and talk about being in the flesh. She damn sure pulled that white girl card real quick, coming up there with a victimized face, acting like she's scared to talk in front of Natalie. And the only reason Natalie didn't point blank laugh at her ass is because she has beef and beef and animosity between her, Chrisean, and Tesheki. So that's the only reason Natalie was sympathizing with her. I'm getting like super sick of everybody saying poor Vicky, poor Vicky. First of all, Natalie got the girls in the kitchen, so she, you know, letting everybody know that they supposed to be headed out to the club, or whoop de boo, and she asking everybody who all need to get ready still. So Vicky says that she's not going to the club. You know, she don't go to clubs. I'm like, what, girl? What was your point? See, what it is Vicky, she was low key like judging her whole presence there was some trying to be funny ass shit, because first of all, you had to be like on some judgmental shit to feel like you Christ-like in your presence was going to bring some godliness to these women. Like, they just need some God in them, and you being there was going to make them change their ways. Is that what she giving? Because it kind of seemed like she giving a little bit of that. Sorry, y'all, my damn dog. Duke, shut the hell up! That damn dog crazy as hell. He mad. See, the motherfucker mad right now, but he'll get over it. He just need to shut up while mama in here trying to work. But with that being said, yeah, she give me them vibes like your whole presence there is like you get on there on some trying to be funny shit, like, oh, you so godly or you so religious or whatever that you gonna get on there and convert them girls. I mean, what does she think she doing? So now, all of that, all her sarcasm and her whole, because like I said, if you know what the premise of that show is, or like what you, I don't give a fuck what she tried to say, bitch. If you signed a contract to be on that show, you know what the premise of that show is. Yeah, you ain't supposed to be there to fight, but part of the stuff they do, they drink, they smoke, they twerk, they go into clubs. If that's not the life that you live in, why go on that show? So like I said, ultimately I feel like she was on some funny ass shit, trying to be funny ass shit by being there, talking about she gonna convert somebody, get them a little bit of Jesus or whatever, because they already telling her ass from the jump, bitch, I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Anyway, what's this deal with DJ Sky and fucking Ahna having an issue? Because Ahna also tells Natalie that, she got a problem with DJ Sky. I wonder what that's about. DJ Sky been working her way around with the list of enemies, boo. Side note, Rolly real as fuck. Y'all might be mad at Rolly because I read some of the comments on social media. Some of y'all is mad at Rolly right now because probably because of her commentary as far as Vicky is concerned. But Rolly is being real as fuck. Like, I'm not gonna cap. Rolly is being real as fuck right now because I feel a ways too. So y'all need to take heed to what Rolly said. Real shit. So Natalie finally gets a chance to have a sit down with Smiley, right? So she's asking Smiley about this infamous tattoo situation, right? So Smiley says that, the tattoo was a Hindu, a hentai, a Hindu, or whatever tattoo. It was basically, the tattoo was a fake tattoo. And so Natalie asks her because, Natalie is adamant about the signature matching her signature. So Smiley was basically like, she just picked out a script in a book, and the artist basically copied the script. So then Natalie is like, well, you showed up to so Natalie asked her about the fact that she shows up to all of Zeus events, and she, not to mention the fact that she also, how did Smiley get her phone number or whatever. Smiley claimed that she be on some black market shit. Listen, my takeaway from this whole situation is that Natalie just want this girl to be a stalker so bad. Like, she's just so happy to finally have a fucking fan, right? Have somebody fangirling over her. You know what I'm saying? Make her feel important and special and shit. I do think that, however, I do think that Smiley was, doing all her little things. She was doing certain shit to catch Natalie's attention for clout. Hello, the same way. What's her face? What's that girl name? The one that lied on Chingy. I can't think of her name right now, but the same way that girl showed up to that trans girl. What the fuck her name is? Damn. Sydney Starr, that's her name, Sydney Starr. The same way Sydney Starr found out information and was able to show up at all the scenes and shit. That's the same way that Smiley did her research. Hell, as far as I'm concerned, Smiley is a good damn researcher or a journalist or investigator or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Shit, it really ain't hard to track people when they always on social media. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, child, I just found that whole situation funny. And the thing about it too, like, I want to like Smiley, like her, not just the fact that she's from Florida, she's a 305 girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to like her, her, the way that she talks, I want to like her, but it's something about that girl eyes. Like, looking at her eyes, it's like, she looked like she always calculating. She got that look about her. I don't know. She does have a social media presence. People been talking about her on social media, but to be honest, I like to give my opinion without any bias, so I'm not gonna go off of whatever been said on social media. I want to judge based off what I'm being presented on the show. And so far, like, it's I'm kind of like, when it comes to Smiley, I got a big fucking question mark there. But yeah, there's Chrisean. So in the next scene, you got Tesheki and Chrisean finally arrived to the house. And it was the equivalent of somebody dropping a bomb down on the White House. Because these bitches came in angry as hell. Tesheki trying to fight Natalie, security guard. Thankfully, they beeline for Tesheki. They was busy trying to, hold Tesheki back. On the other hand, Chrisean, she throwing water bottles, throwing anything she can get her little hands on at Natalie. At Natalie. And I was just like, God, to be more careful, right? Meanwhile, everybody else, they just standing there looking at them like they two wild animals. Everybody just like, oh my God, like what the fuck is going on? I ain't got time for this. Smiley looked like she just didn't give a fuck one way or the other. But with that being said, Natalie, she tried to I would say she kind of tried to talk to Tesheki. She was like, the reason why me and you have a problem is because I try to protect your sister, or whoop the whoop whoop the whoop. But if you ask me, I would have just put Chrisean ass out there, because that's why Chrisean got mad at with throwing shit, because she know the shit that she told Natalie. She know that she the reason why Natalie and her sister don't like each other. So while she's trying to, side with her sister, I guess at this point she's trying to side with her sister. But at the end of the day, you the one started that shit. If you wouldn't have involved Natalie in y'all business in the first place, you wouldn't have had nothing to worry about. If you ask me and my sister get into it, I'm not finna go and try to get other people to attack her. Okay, so already Chrisean, I'm just really mad at her pregnant ass this episode. We know she don't have the baby, but bitch, it seemed like she was a raging monster when she was pregnant. Damn. So anyway, child, Natalie, and that's another thing too. So Natalie was busy while they was at the hotel or whatever. Natalie was yelling at them, calling them broke ass hoes and all of that. So personally, I'm not mad at Tesheki for wanting to handle Natalie ass, because I would have wanted to fight her too. Bitch, you got a lot of mouth. Let's fight and get it over with. And so she was yelling at them, telling us, y'all broke ass hoes, y'all broke, this, that, and the third. This my show, this my shit, this, that, and the third. You was doing all that yelling and talking shit, but you ain't had that type of energy for Tesheki in her face. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the only way that they're going to be able to level the playing field when it comes to Natalie and Tesheki is if they fight. I don't know if Natalie's scared to get her ass whooped. Now, I don't really know, because I've never really seen Natalie too much back down from a fight. I don't know about, regardless to whether or not she actually won it, I never seen her back down from a fight. So I'm just wondering, what's this right here? Where maybe she don't want to fight Tesheki because she knows she fight Tesheki, she gonna have to fight both her and Chrisean. And maybe at that time she just didn't want to do that because Chrisean was pregnant. I don't know, child. But the way Chrisean was acting, she very fortunate that somebody didn't just kick her ass, because she's stupid. She wasn't thinking about that baby. She wasn't thinking about herself. Bitch, you're carrying around a whole nother life. If you don't give a fuck about yourself, please care about that child. You trying to fight people, you throwing shit at people. Only if Natalie would have threw something and it hit her the wrong way, it'd have been game over. You know what I'm saying? But you see how Chrisean keeps putting herself in the line of fire like that? That ain't cool. That ain't cool. That baby ain't a bulletproof vest, bitch. It ain't a bulletproof vest, and it ain't a fucking toy. Now that you don't have it, it ain't a fucking toy. So, but yeah, I don't like the way that they came in. I just feel like they was acting like wild ass animals for no reason. If anything, I can understand Tesheki's frustration with Natalie or whatever, but Chrisean, she was just doing too much. Anyway, it looks like next episode, that whole situation that went down between Chrisean, when Chrisean got Tesheki jumped and all of that. At this point, I'm starting to kind of feel differently about that whole situation, because I was real deal mad at Tesheki. I feel like Tesheki, or Tesheki, or whatever her name is, I feel like she didn't have her sister back like she was supposed to. But of course, that was before that I got to actually see these past couple of episodes and seeing how things is falling out. I'm starting to kind of feel a little differently about that. Tesheki was all over the internet saying how she felt like she was wronged by her sister. Me personally, I ain't have no sympathy for her, but at this point, it looked like Chrisean was on a rampage. You feel me? So we see little glimpses of the egg throwing. Chrisean, friends jump Tesheki or whatever. Also, you're gonna see Marsh and Jay, so they're gonna bring Marsh and Jay on the show. I don't know if they're gonna be like fucking cast members or what, but these two is gonna be on the show, and it's gonna be a one-on-one between I think it's Marsh. I think a one-on-one between Marsh and Tesheki. I can't wait to see that shit. And just from the few glances, I don't know. It look like Marsh got some hands, so I don't know. Tesheki say she eat this and she devour this, but bitch, I would love to see her win this fight because it looked like Marsh got some hands. What else? I had some notes. Let's see. Oh, let me go through my notes. Let me see if I missed anything. Oh, yeah. Sky as low-key, they need to keep her commentating, okay? So, for the most part, I see Sky and fucking, what's her name? The girl T doing most of the commentary more often than everybody else. T voice is fucking aggravating. She's just cute to be on a commentary. She's just a cute face. But Sky is funny as fuck, real deal. I love Sky. She need to be like a spokesperson or something for some type of comedy show. Because this homegirl, she funny. I love her voice. I just love her commentary. I love Sky. What else? Because I know I had a final thought about something. Well, child, look like next episode, everything gonna go down. Look like it's gonna be interesting. With that being said, that's it for today, guys. Go ahead, if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like, please. Hit the notification bell so you guys know when I drop a new video. Deuces. All right, folks, that was fun. I enjoyed myself. I hope you enjoyed this video, because if you made it to this part, you have watched the whole entire video. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video if you like this video. If you don't, dislike this video. Hell, comment, talk your shit. Let's start a conversation, people. With that being said, I love you guys. Once again, thank you. I'm out. Bye.